like Tam said, we're both new at this. You guys can probably tell I'm really new. Tam's the pro over there. No, she's surprising. Yeah. She's the pro over there. So last time when she saw your video, Tam was like, "Oh my goodness, she's amazing."
Oh,
she was like, "She's so well spoken and we need her in there." So I was like, "Well, let me see what her schedule looks like." So,
you were my best friend. Didn't care about the rules. Good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space. So brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it. Each and every high, every night with you.
Welcome to Silver Lining Nation, and we are really happy to have you guys with us again. And today we have Rachel here.
Hi.
Guys, get ready for a lot of laughter, because that's what Rachel and I do together. And I'm always talking about the belly laughter.
Yes.
And you guys know what that is, hopefully. It's where you get that really good laugh in your gut and the tears start coming. Yeah. Right? That's what Rachel and we do that a lot. And we look forward to doing that. Anytime we get together, everybody knows that it's going to be on, yes. Especially with the loud and laughter.
Yes.
So, Rachel, tell our guest viewers about how much time you have and how we met and all that good stuff.
Okay. Do you want to do the Serenity Prayer?
We can do the Serenity Prayer. I would love to. Go ahead.
Okay. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Rachel.
Absolutely.
That's so funny. Danielle is always the one. She always, can we pray? Oh. And you're like, can we do the Serenity Prayer? I'm like, go right ahead. But I love that. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely. That's how we
do it.
Exactly.
That's how we open it up, and that's how we invite our higher power
God
in.
Into the room.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
how we invite him. Yeah. But go ahead and tell the viewers how we met. Tell them how many years you have and what you got going on, girl.
Okay. I am almost 7 years sober.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yes, lucky number 7.
Amazing.
Yes, I know. Can you believe that?
I can't.
No, I can't.
Oh my God.
Either.
Wow.
Yeah.
From that girl that I first met.
I know.
A hot mess. HM?
Yes.
HM?
Yes.
Yeah, we have to tell them what that means too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to stop interrupting.
No, you're fine. How I got here, I had a relationship end, and I thought that with the relationship, I wasn't worth anything. And so I started drinking. I remember the very first time that I had a shot of Fireball, which was my drink of choice, but Fireball and Bud Light was with my brother. And that Fireball shot going down, it was like, all of my worries disappeared. And from that moment on, I was drinking. I was constantly at the bar. The good thing was that my brother worked at the bar, so he could keep an eye on me. And it was close to the house, so I wasn't driving very far. And from there, it progressed. I remember the very first time that I had a intervention was I had been drinking for 3 or 4 months, and my sister came down for the 4th of July, and they did it. My mom, my dad, and my sister did it at Cafe Brazil, a very public place where both my mom and sister were crying, and I was very uncomfortable.
Did you run?
No, but I was like, don't look at me.
I think I would run.
Yeah, I was not happy, and it was like, look, guys, like I've only been drinking for like 3 or 4 months. Like it's not that bad. Like my brother gets to drink. Why can't I? Why does a baby girl always have to be under the rules?
Yeah.
And from there, I went out to the farm, which was a place that we would go, or I would be sent whenever I was acting up. We were there for about 2 weeks, and I came back with the resolution that I wasn't going to be drinking like that anymore, and I fell back into the trap. And fast forward, I've been drinking 2.5 years. I have lost all of my relationships. I've lost several jobs because I was not a functioning alcoholic. I would call in sick constantly. I mean, and they all knew, all of my employers knew what was really going on, and, I was in an abusive relationship. I thought that I deserved to be treated that way, which then led to more drinking, and my life spiraled out of control. I was driving 90 miles an hour down 75 down a highway, and I blew out both of my tires, and how I didn't flip my car, how I didn't get a DWI, how I didn't hurt anybody else, how I was able to get there safely is beyond my comprehension. That is only by God. And I'm a strong promoter of God. Or your higher power, whatever that may be. And so I came into the rooms, I told my therapist that I was ready to get sober, and he said that he was going to walk me through tapering off because I couldn't go an hour without drinking. And I felt miserable. I felt every time that the sun came up, I was like, shit, another day. I would drink all day long. I would actually break out in hives and not be able to breathe because of the alcohol. Yet I would take Benadryl so I could drink some more.
So he did, and I want to emphasize on that, he did tell you that you just can't quit drinking on your own.
Exactly.
You needed to have someone to watch you. Because a lot of people think that, I can just quit.
Right.
And that can be really dangerous.
Yes, extremely dangerous. You can die. I remember one night I thought that I would be fine without having a beer. And I had a dream that demons were crawling after me. And it was like I was there in that dream. And so I said, okay, I really need to listen to him. So I slowly tapered myself off. And on July 16th, 2016, that's the day that I got sober. And I met the lovely Lorene at a speaker meeting. I was sitting next to her, and I had my phone out, and Lorene looked over and said, "Put your phone up right now." I was like, are you kidding me? Like, who in the world is this woman to tell me what to do? And
you ain't my boss.
Exactly. Who do you think you are? Don't you know who I am?
Yes.
Because we all come in with an inflated ego.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And, after that, I quickly, went over to you, and I was like, can you be my sponsor? And you sat me down. You interviewed me. You told me, I'm not here to be your friend, and we're going to work the steps. And so we commenced on working the steps. Step one, admitted that I was completely powerless over alcohol. And I want to rewind just a little bit on my spiritual experience and how it was this light bulb moment that I needed to quit drinking. So previously I had tried to quit drinking because of a guy, because of mom and dad, because of jobs lost, because of ad infinitum. It didn't matter, And every single time, I'd get drunk continuously. Nothing could stop me. And it was one day that God woke me up to realize that my dog, because he is an emotional support animal, was depressed. He didn't want anybody near him. He would growl. He would try to bite. That's not my dog. He wouldn't eat. He would be looking out the window at all hours of the night, wondering where I was. And that day was the realization that what his outsides were showing were my insides. And I needed to get sober for me and for him in order for us to actually have a shot at this.
I remember you said he would look out the window for you.
Yeah.
Waiting for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it killed me because what I was doing to my sweet boy was slowly killing him. And that wasn't okay. You know, and so but to jump back to the steps, you know, we did step 1, you know, admitted that I was powerless over alcohol, which was very easy.
We worked that step before we come in the rooms anyway. So
exactly. Unmanageable. I had probably $5,000 worth of debt. So my life was very, very unmanageable. You know, step 2, came to believe in a higher power. You know, step 3, made a decision to turn my will and my life over to God. And I remember what you had me do was write out the 3rd step prayer in my own words.
Yes.
And I remember one day, I think it was on my birthday, I was really grappling with the concept of God and a higher power. And you told me, well, do you see air? No. Yeah. But you know that you need it in order to breathe, don't you? Yes. Well, that's just like God. You can't see him. You can't call him up. You can't, you know, text him. You can't do any of that. But he is there. And as I looked over my life and my addiction, I saw God's hand all over it. You know.
Yeah, he never left you. You left him.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I used to think he's just abandoned me.
Right.
But he didn't. Like what you're saying, we can see when we look back now that insanity has been removed. Because when it came to insanity, I didn't see anything about my life where I was insane.
Yes,
you know,
of course not.
Not at all.
Right.
You know, and I had to start looking at the things that I was doing that was insane to realize the insanity it was all over me, but I was justifying it. Yes. And once I stopped justifying it, then I could see it. Yeah. But long as I can justify the heck out of anything.
Exactly.
You know what I was about to say. But yeah, I can, you know, make it fit.
Right.
Yeah, make it fit.
Yes. And I think that we still have the ability to do that.
Oh, girl, please. Yeah. It's like you can't learn this thing. Right. You know, once you learn it, it's like we hear people say all the time that when they relapse, it just messes up their high or their drink because they know all this stuff up here about recovery, and now I can't unlearn it, right? Absolutely. So yeah, it's like once you know, you know. You know. Exactly. Yeah, and that's I don't know whether that's good or bad, but it's what it is. Right. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, and then you had the famous 4th step. Yeah, oh Lord.
Oh, it was a long one too because in the book it said, you know, don't leave. In my interpretation, don't leave any stone unturned.
You had so many pages. I think I had to finally tell you, Rachel, we done.
You did.
No more.
If you don't know how to go through the rest of this, then I don't know how to help you.
I'm like, we're done.
Right.
oh my God, I've never had anyone to have so many.
Really?
No, and I ain't gonna ever have them to have that anymore either. I've learned from you. I mean, you just, okay, we meet this week, and then you got more. And I'm like, I thought of more.
Right.
I'm like, no. But that fourth step that's the meat of the program. That's where the real work starts.
Right. And another, question that I asked was, came to believe, okay, so I believe in God. So what does that fully look like? What does that really look like? And you told me, do the rest of the steps. Do the rest of the steps. And that's how you show that you are in this program, that you have come to believe that your higher power can save you from this. Keep doing the rest of the work. And I had done 1, 2, 3 shuffle out the doors many times, and you were the only one that, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and you appeared.
I love that saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I do too, because it's so true. I mean,
it's so amazing when I'm in meetings. It's like, is that me over there talking?
I know. I'm actually talking in meetings now.
I love. And then we're like,
Yep.
Someone told me not too long ago. They said, "You remind me of someone in church." And I go, "What are you talking about?" They said, "You nod and you go,
Yep.
I'm like, you should meet my ex-sponsee. If you put us on side of each other, we both. And sometimes I look over across the room when you're not sitting next to me, and we're doing this at the same time. I'm like, wow.
You ingrained a lot of great things in me.
I'm glad.
That
means a lot.
I'm forever grateful for everything that you've done for me. And I know every time I mention your name to my mom, she always tells me, make sure to tell her hi.
Yeah, and she's so sweet.
Make sure that she knows I love her and that I'm extremely grateful because you gave her daughter back, her baby girl.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
But you're willing to do the work.
Right.
You are hungry for it.
Well, yes.
Yeah, to a certain extent.
Right.
Except for the time you called me up and I'm going drink.
Oh my gosh, yes. So I actually told a friend that story the other day because she was having some issues with the sponsee that she was having. And I told her, well, you know what my old sponsor did? And she said, what is that? I said, well, she told me, okay, you want a drink? All right. Well, meet me up here at this meeting. And when we're done, if you still want a drink, then I will go drink with you. And I was like, wait, I can't let her sobriety rest on me. Okay, I am not drinking.
Yes, I remember. Then you used to say, I just want to go to the bars because I feel so comfortable there and I just want to sit there. And I'm like, what the hell? You keep
going to the barbershop, you're going to get a haircut.
You're going to get a haircut, girl. I'm not going to drink. I'm just going to go. I've never heard anybody say something so stupid. I'm like, why are you going if you're not going to drink?
Right.
Cunning and baffling of this disease.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Extremely cunning and baffling.
And you don't see that in the beginning.
Right, absolutely.
You think it's so normal.
Right.
But the disease would tell you that kind of stuff, that it's okay. You just go in there because you got a lot of friends there.
Right. I mean, and now it's like, I smell alcohol on anybody and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the environment. I don't want to be around that person.
And that girl that used to want to just go and sit there.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
I've grown a lot.
A lot. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Yeah. I remember I used to tell you, Rachel, it's time for you to sponsor. I don't know. I'm scared. I don't know what I got to kill. Like, you'll be all right.
Yeah. You got this? Okay. Will you hold my hand?
Yeah, you'll be all right. You can't get them drunk and you can't make them sick. They already sick. Shit.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
You can't do anything to damage them.
Right.
We already damaged.
Than what we already come in with. Yeah.
We already damaged. So.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I used to be so afraid to sponsor.
Yeah.
It's like, I love when you tell me, got a new sponsor.
Yeah.
I got one. I'm like, awesome. Awesome. Now the real work begins.
Right.
Then you had the famous step number 5. One thing I used to tell you, though, don't listen to what other people say in the rooms about these steps, because that would make you frightened and it would make you not want to do them.
Right.
And that's not your experience.
Right. No.
You know, that's their experience.
Right.
You remember I used to tell you that, because it would be so frightening with some of the, when they would share and say,
the fifth step.
The fifth step is so hard, and the fourth, I used to caution you about
listening to them.
Yes.
Yeah. And I remember doing the fifth step. I didn't want to, and I went outside, and I think you came outside with me, and you told me like one of your like deepest, darkest secrets that you had only told like your sponsor. And I thought, well, if she can trust me with that information, then why can't I trust her?
Yes.
And then we commenced to work on, and go through the fifth step. Yeah.
Because that step is so important.
Right.
And they told me that if I left anything out and I was really afraid that I would drink, and they told me that if you did intentionally, then you would drink again. Right. So I was
Which is why mine went so long.
All your stuff was so long. I'm like, this good. You want to be a writer, remember?
Yes, and
I
do remember that. Yeah,
Rachel, you ain't no writer now. So
let's hurry this up, please.
Yes, you have to have everything perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, everything
character
perfect.
defect, but can also be an asset.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, we got through the fifth step, and I made sure that I told you don't set on that fifth step.
Right.
That's dangerous.
Right. And it is. It'll just keep eating at you and eating at you and eating at you. And then next thing you know, if you sit on it, you're out there drinking over the stuff that you had to sledge back up and go through.
Yeah, because it can be, and I have people ask me, how can you let someone know everything about you like that?
Right.
And I think it's a higher power thing, because some of the things that I was able to tell my sponsor, I've forgotten it, or I forget sometimes when I tell her stuff. When I meet with her, we start off just talking, and she, just normal. And then she'll say, "What's going on with you?" And I'm like, "Nothing." And eventually I get so comfortable, and I just spill everything, right?
Right.
And because I think God places you with the exact person that you need at that time.
Right.
And you get so comfortable with them till you just want to have the relief of whatever's bothering you.
Right.
So I would tell her stuff, and then I would forget about it, and then she would mention it to me at another time, and I would go, "Whoa, I don't even remember telling you that," right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't know I told you that.
Well, it was God speaking through you. I mean, and saying, okay, this is what you need to deal with.
Yeah. I know sometimes when I would meet with you, and you get a bond with your sponsors, and they'll tell you something that's going on with them, my first instinct is, like, you might tell me something, you're having a problem with another female or worker or whatever. I know that it's God working through me with my sponsors, because my first instinct would be, you need to tell that B to mind her own business. Right. But usually every time I meet with a sponsor, I always pray. I know it don't seem like I pray, y'all, but I do. I just don't pray openly. But I do pray before I meet with my sponsors.
Yeah.
And I ask God to direct me.
Right.
Work through me with what I need to do. Mm-hmm. You're giving me a lot of credit here, and I have to say that everything that I've done with you in the past, it's by the grace of God. Had nothing to do with this big old ego. Everybody knows about my ego. Had nothing to do with me. It was him working through me.
Right.
Because I don't know the answers, Rachel. I don't know. But I pray and I ask him, and I always thank him for allowing me to work with one of his children. And that's how I feel. Yeah. He allows me. He gives me that opportunity. And I'm blessed that I get to do that.
Right. It's not I have to, it's I get to. I
get to, because he puts the exact people in my life that he knows that I need and that I can provide some service to as well.
Right.
Do I do it right all the time? Hell no.
No. Right. We're not perfect.
Oh no.
Right.
But I every once in a while I get a glimpse of, okay, this is what he wants. This is where this is how my life should be.
Yeah.
And I love that when I do get it.
Yeah.
And those overpower all the other things that I didn't do right. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I used to say that to you a lot, didn't I?
Yes. Does that make sense? I actually use it on some of the people that I work with. I'm like, okay, so here's the situation. Does that make sense?
I love that because I want us to be on the same page.
Right. So, absolutely. Yeah, it's a clarifying statement. Like, hey, you with me?
Yeah. Just because I see it up here don't mean that you see it.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I could be hearing a completely different message than what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you understand me, but then again, you might not.
Right.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Then we have 6 and 7.
Yes. Character defects. My biggest one was anger. Mine was anger.
Yeah.
Because that is my that's my go-to emotion. When I'm in fear, when I'm sad, when I'm unsure, when I have anxiety, no matter what it is, it's always anger because I grew up in a household where my brothers would tell me that class don't cry. And so I couldn't, I felt like I knew that, hindsight is 20/20, and I knew that they just didn't want to see their baby sister cry, right? But at that age, I believed it, and so the only emotion that I knew was anger, right? And so, and God has definitely taken his time and gotten me to work through the anger. Good. And yes. I'm a lot more patient now, especially when you have a 2-year-old.
Oh yeah, yes. Zoe would make sure that happens. She would make sure that happens.
Yes, she does. Yeah.
Those character defects are something else. As soon as you think you got one under control, another one comes up and it's, where did you come from? I didn't even know you existed. Right. I think I had you naming them.
Yes, you did. Yeah. And working on them and coming to God in prayer and asking him to remove my defects and, because and slowly but surely God started, chipping away and
because only he can diamond. Remove those.
Right.
Yeah, it's like there are normal instincts that we have, but we can use them for the wrong reasons too.
Right.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So we worked on those and. We did the sexual inventory. We did those, and that was pretty interesting. Well, we're not going to talk about that with you guys. So, but we did a lot of work.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did a lot of work. We were
together a long time, and even after I found another sponsor. Yeah. we still kept in touch.
Yeah,
and, you know,
yeah.
I love that we did that.
Me too.
You know.
Hey guys, this is your girl Tam Cam, executive producer of Silver Lining Nation. Guys, thank you so much for watching another episode. Guys, make sure you share, subscribe, but most of all, stay sober. Enjoy the rest of this episode.
You know.
I learned so much from you being a sponsor. And I think we discussed this last time.
Right.
You taught me a lot because I had a lot of sponsors one while. I think I had like 10 at once. And I didn't know how much that it was too much. But trying to take care of me and take care of all of my sponsors, and I would meet with them weekly. You know, that was a lot. Yeah, and I didn't realize that, you know. And I had to learn to not be so controlling of my sponsors. And I learned that from being your sponsor after you fired me. Nobody's ever fired me. I was so hurt and I was mad.
Yes, I know you were mad. I was mad too.
We both mad.
Yes.
I mean, we were like buddy, and because you weren't listening to me, you weren't doing what I want. I was telling you, because you know I tell you, I say in meetings, I don't ask my sponsors, I tell them, and I had to learn. You know what? I need to take a different approach on it, and that's what I learned from you, and I'm grateful for it today. I didn't see it at the time. Yeah. You know, I was mad and I was angry, but today I have to let you know that it took 3 years? Was it 3? 2 or 3? It was 3, right? And now I could see, you know, the reason behind it.
No.
And you know, sometimes when we go through something that we don't like, we can't see it. Until it's revealed to us. Right.
You can't see the forest through, you know, the one tree you're staring
So I
at.
think I am a better sponsor because of the relationship that you and I went through.
Oh, wow.
And I'm grateful for that today.
Oh.
I know that I can't play God when it comes to my sponsors. And the number one thing is I have to let you have your experience.
Right.
I cannot protect you from something that you need to go through, and that's what I was trying to do, and that was me playing God, but I couldn't see that at the time, but today I can see that, and that was a growth time for me. So want to let you know that, and thank you.
Absolutely.
You know, I didn't thank you for what you did, but no. No, at the time I was like, mad. You fire me? Nobody fires me. Right. But no.
Do you know who I
am? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
There's that ego.
Erasing God out.
Yep. Edging God out. Yep.
Yeah. So today I know.
Oh.
It was meant to help me grow.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I look at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a growth opportunity for me.
Yeah.
So now we at step 9. Oh Lord. This is where you used to be angry.
Yes.
You come back after you make that amends and I'm mad because it didn't go the way you thought it ought to go.
So I was thinking about that the other day, and I think it was with my sister-in-law because she.
I remember exactly who it was with.
Oh, okay. So it was.
She wasn't your sister-in-law at the time, though.
Okay, it was with Kat.
It was Kat.
Okay, so I got it right
ma'am.
there. All right.
I remember. You got to remember. I used to tell you. I remember everything.
Yes.
I used to tell you that, and when you would bring something, Rachel, remember?
We talked
you were
about
like, oh, I didn't think you remember that. Yep.
Yeah. Trying to get a different answer from me, huh?
Yes. You used to get so mad. Then I wouldn't answer you. You would get even madder. I know you would text me this long text, and because I didn't respond, I know you're reading this text.
Oh, my God.
You would get mad.
I can't believe I did
and
that.
I would ignore you. Because I used to say, I'm not responding to that.
Oh.
Just because somebody tosses you a ball on me, you got to catch it.
Pick it. Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
And doesn't mean that you have to be
And when you would calm down, you would text me back, oh, can we talk now? Yes, we can talk now.
Yeah. Now that you're calm.
Yeah. Yep. Now you know how to talk to me.
Right.
There it goes again. Yep. You know how to talk to me, when you learn how to talk to me, I talk to you.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. Yep. But yeah, because she lit into me. I mean, it was, you did this wrong, you did that wrong. You know, nothing like it was with my mom.
Because you wanted everybody, it's okay. We just glad you're not drinking. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right. Yep. Nope. That was that slap in the face of, okay, this is the realer men.
The rest of them, the ones that were the hardest and the ones that didn't accept your apology was the one that you learned more from. That was the real one.
Yeah.
That's why you do the easy ones first. And you do the other ones so you can build up your courage, and then you get to I'm not telling you guys this is what you ought to do, but this is how I do my amends. That's how my sponsor had me do them. Family, and then we trickle down to.
I think Kat was like my second or third, though.
Was she?
I think so.
Why would I put her? Usually mom, dad, siblings. Well, yeah, you might have jumped the gun because that's not what I would have had you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I don't remember her.
Real quick with that one.
Yeah, because I know you came back mad.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It had to
but
have been
I know
with her.
you came back mad and expecting a different reaction from her, and I was like, you were like, what's the use in being sober? And I feel like drinking, and it's like, it ain't about you.
Right.
You know, that's what I told you. It's not about you.
Right.
You know, you don't know how much you hurt someone.
Exactly.
And if you're expecting to feel good, then maybe
you're in the wrong.
You're in the wrong business here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean.
Yep.
And she was my best friend, and of course
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were really hurt over that one.
Yeah. Yeah. But the rest of them were pretty easy. Yeah. I actually just did one with my grandmother. That was a hard one for me because she was there so much for me, and helped me whenever I was going through rough times whenever I was a teenager. And she's the matriarch of the family, and we just love her so much. And I took her out to lunch.
Awesome.
And afterwards, I got real serious. We spent a couple of hours talking, and I said, hey, Grandma, I need to make an amends to you. You know, and I think that was the very first amends that I actually cried on.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it with her. So that's so important.
Yeah.
So you don't have any regrets.
Right.
Yeah.
And after that, I mean, we're planning on getting a new house. So we're planning on, she is going to be the very first guest.
Awesome.
Yeah. And she'll sleep downstairs in our, big king bed. And, we will pamper and cater to her the whole time she's there.
Now, is this Dad's mom? Mom.
It's Mom's mom.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. That's the family.
Awesome. Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that I remember your dad and you didn't have a really good relationship, and I love that you guys were able to build that relationship again.
Yes, I am too.
Yeah. So we were talking about your dad when you made how you rebuilt that relationship.
Right.
And you guys were so much alike, and I don't think that you knew that until we worked the steps, and I started pointing it out to you and saying, Rachel, this is what's going on. You guys are, and he's so proud of you, and you guys are so much alike that you butt heads.
Right.
And I think that you start connecting that.
Right.
And you guys were able to build that relationship. And I love that, how close you guys are now.
I'm very, very happy about it. He may not always tell me that he's proud of me, but I know that deep down he is.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can, when your parents come around, I can see it.
Oh.
You know, I can see how much both of them are proud of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
then we have Zoe.
Yes. Zoe.
Look at that smile.
Oh.
She's adorable.
Thank you.
So cute. And Zoe is
2 and 2 months.
awesome.
Yeah.
She's a spitfire.
Oh my
And
gosh, yes, she is. She started really crawling at, 8 months.
Wow.
And by the end of 9 months, she said, "Screw this crawling business. I am walking." Yes, and she is the only one in her classroom that will run around the whole classroom. And she's never had a day where she was like that chubby fat little baby with the rolls. I wanted that, but she's always been real lean. She can pick up an 8-pound medicine ball, weighs only like 21 pounds with clothes on, and can pick up an 8-pound medicine ball like no problem.
Oh man,
I know.
She's so pretty.
Thank you.
So pretty.
Thank you.
Then we're at 10, 11, and 12.
Yes.
10 is your inventory.
Oh, inventory. Yes. Daily inventory. So I have an app on my phone for 10-step inventory, and I did that. And step 11 and 12, carried the message to another alcoholic whenever possible. I used to go to Valley Hope to be on the panel and share my experience, and Maggie's house, Magdalene House. That was wonderful.
Going there.
Yes,
Oh my God.
especially together.
Wow,
that was the best.
Yeah, that place, you can feel God in that place.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I haven't been there in a long time. I need to go there. Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's a new location.
Rachel, what age did you come into the program?
I came into the program at 24, and I was out there drinking for 2.5 years, and quickly said, no more.
Yeah, and that's such a young age, and the reason I'm asking you that, because I know we have a lot of viewers that are young, and they probably think, I'm not going to have any more fun anymore. I mean, everybody my age drinks. Everybody, I'm going to be boring. Nobody's going to like me. I'm not going to be in the in crowd.
Right.
You know.
Right.
What do you think about that?
Okay. First, find a good home group. Don't find a home group where the people are older and they're kind of crusty and they're not smiling, they're not laughing.
Yeah.
If you have a group or you've been going to a meeting at that group, look around. Go to different meetings, because the best type of meeting, in my opinion, is one where you'll walk in and you can hear laughter.
Yeah.
And you can see people that are really smiling and happy, and they're happy to see each other, and they go out after dinner. So my first day sober was I had been invited to a sober pool party. Yes. And and from that moment on, I ran with that group because it made me feel like I was a part of something bigger. And it allowed me the opportunity to have fun while I was sober. So we would go out and we would do sand volleyball. We would go out to dinner on Friday nights. We would go over to somebody's, travel, take trips together. We'd go over to somebody's house and have a meeting, and then maybe watch a movie afterwards. You know, and because they got me involved and the fellowship was there, I believe that's what kept me coming around. You know,
exactly.
Right, because I felt like, you know, I was a part of something bigger, and hey, look, I can actually have fun. It's
Without
not
a
just this
drink.
boring, you know, miserable time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody that's watching, you know, if you guys think that you're too young, alcohol and drugs doesn't care what age you are.
Right.
It will kill you. And,
Absolutely.
you know, we laugh a lot and we joke around a lot, but the real true thing about this disease is it's a disease that's deadly. And it don't care about your age. It will kill you if you don't do something about it.
Right. And, you know, something that you may be thinking is, oh, well, in order to be an alcoholic, you have to live underneath a bridge and you have to be homeless and down on your luck and all of this. But
Nope.
I mean, and have a DWI, DUI. So I have going on 7 years. I've never had a DUI. I've never had a PI.
I got them all 4.
I've never had a DWI. I have never been to jail for alcohol related, you know, I've never been to jail. You know, what happened for me was that emotionally I felt extremely bankrupt. And so if you're saying, oh, well, I haven't, you know, well, I don't have this yet. There is always a yet, which means you are eligible too.
Yes.
So, you know, just because you may not have what you consider all of the list of criteria of what it means to be an alcoholic doesn't mean that you aren't an alcoholic.
Absolutely true.
Right. You don't have to go through those lows in order to qualify.
Yes. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for being on Silver Lining Nation.
Absolutely.
I mean,
thank you. It was an
God,
honor.
I could go on and on with you. I love talking to you.
Oh,
I mean,
it fills my heart with so much joy to just be around you and to talk to you.
Thank you. I feel the same way about you, girl.
Oh, thank
this
you.
is such an honor. And you guys that are watching, and we just want to let you know that this was so much fun having you guys here with us today. And make sure you guys continue to follow us and continue to support us. And, you know, as always, if nobody tells you today that they love you, heard from us, we love you.